What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this Anfield Agenda late night news roundup. So what I'm going to do here is fly through all of the topics and a few new ones that we dealt with in tonight's late night agenda, which, by the way, thank you to everyone who joined me. It was a really fun stream, lasted almost 2 hours, and that's the reason why I'm doing this recap video here. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to go through and ask, are we going to see Alisson Becker and Luis Diaz depart along with some others this summer? And then we're going to talk a little bit about players who may be coming in. We're going to laugh at Arsenal fans for a brief second because, well, they deserve to be laughed at over this one. And a couple of other interesting bits and pieces. We do want to know your thoughts though, so let us know in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. And of course, we would love you to hit that subscribe button. As I'm sitting here now recording this, we are 474 subscribers away from hitting our target of 300,000. And we wouldn't be here without your continued support, so thank you for that. Lots to go through, folks. I'm going to get straight into this video now. This piece here from Team Talk said, Liverpool are ready to let Alisson leave this summer ahead of Georgi Mamardashvili's arrival at the club. The Brazilian would prefer to stay in Europe than move to Saudi. And this isn't the first piece that I've seen around the idea of Liverpool being willing to listen to offers from Alisson, or for Alisson. A question that I would love to have you guys answer to me, though: how much do you think Alisson would be worth? And why do you think Liverpool may be willing to listen to offers, if indeed you do believe that they are? For me, the only thing I can think of is that maybe Alisson and the injuries are something the club are fearful of and they think now is the time to cash in. And with regards to evaluation, I'm struggling on that one. So please do let me know in the comments what you think about that one and how much you think Liverpool could ask for Alisson if indeed we were to sell him. I hope we don't sell him personally, but you know, with Georgi Mamardashvili coming in, let's wait and see what happens. Another piece here, Football Insider said that Liverpool have been told that a £60 million offer for Javi Simons would likely be accepted by RB Leipzig. Manchester City, this piece said, are also keeping an eye on the midfielder with a long-term view to him maybe replacing De Bruyne. Now, we had this on our stream tonight and we asked the viewers what they think. Would they take Javi Simons? And the answer was no. I think it was about 68%, if my memory's right, said that they wouldn't. Now, maybe Arne Slot could work a masterclass here, but I just don't feel like we need him. So let me know your thoughts on Javi Simons. Another name that's been linked with a move away from Liverpool, and I know you're probably clicking on the video thumbnail thinking, oh, more negativity about it, but genuinely these are stories that are coming up, and I wanted your take on it. So Luis Diaz, we know that he's been linked with Barcelona constantly. He's now also been linked with a couple of clubs in Saudi Arabia. And I want to know, how would you feel if Liverpool did cash in on Luis Diaz this summer? You know, the battle we have between him and Cody Gakpo for a starting position on the left side is one that I think has benefited us greatly. But if the club had somebody maybe younger that they have an eye on, I think the fact that we have Cody Gakpo there on the left as well, you know, would make me feel a little bit more comfortable with the idea of losing Diaz. And again, speaking about value, I think we paid, the chat said, about 49 million for Luis Diaz when we signed him from Porto. We certainly improved him as a player through the coaching and experience and of course his own hard work. So what were you saying? If we were to sell Luis Diaz, what numbers are we thinking here? My own thought process for what it's worth, 60 to 65 million maybe, but again, would love to know your thoughts on it. And do you think Harvey Elliott is going to leave? So we've done lots of videos recently where we've covered incomings, and I am going to talk about them in this video as well. But I want to know on Harvey Elliott what you think, because I love him. You know, I'm a Harvey Elliott fan. But Arne Slot hasn't really been leaning on Elliott as much as I would have liked this season. And in games where we've perhaps needed a change, sometimes, yeah, you'll see him get a few minutes, but against Wolves, nothing again. So on Harvey Elliott, you know, what would his value be if Liverpool were to cash in? Now, you know Harvey Elliott doesn't want to go anywhere. This is his club. He said it himself. But he is homegrown, and I would imagine would bring in a pretty penny for Liverpool, which, you know, you do have to keep an eye on the homegrown quota as well. But your thoughts on Harvey Elliott and where maybe we may see him end up? And the final negative type point I have before I move on to some other stories is, if we were to move on a left back, which one of Costas and Robbo do you think is the most likely to move on? For me, if you were to bring in somebody like Kirkes, who's 21, 22, I'd keep Andy Robertson. I love that experience and the fact that, you know, Robbo still has good performances in him. So I'd like to keep him around over Costas, and I think we get more money for Costas as well. So a couple of questions there all in one, but do let me know. Manchester United, for a quick second, Daily Star have said, Manchester United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has not told staff at the club about the latest round of redundancies, with employees still waiting to learn if their jobs are safe. It just goes from bad to worse there. One Football have put up a post to say Liverpool FC's reign at the top of the combined table of Europe's top 5 leagues goes on. Liverpool currently have played 25 games and have the most points of any team in the top 5 leagues. PSG second, although they have played 3 games less in their league, with 56 points. Napoli, Bayern, Inter, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Atlanta, Atletico and Barcelona make up the list. The next story is around Dean Huijsen, and we mentioned this in the video earlier. We did ask tonight what centre-back people would like at the club, and we gave a couple of options. Well, we gave 4 options, and Dean Huijsen was the one with 40% of the vote that won the poll. We have had confirmation from Fabrizio Romano that his contract at Bournemouth does include a £50 million release clause that's activated or can be activated this summer. 19 years of age, having a great season with Bournemouth. I'm sure Richard Hughes would know all about him and his agent and how to get in contact with them. But it's not just Liverpool are looking at him, Real Madrid and other clubs as well. But £50 million seems very good money for a 19-year-old centre-back that is performing as well as he is. Now, Newcastle, let's talk about Alexander Isak for a second. Football Insider have said that Liverpool boss Arne Slot sees Isak as the perfect addition to his forward line. Their interest in the Newcastle striker is concrete. So I ask myself always, do I think this would happen, or what may need to happen in order for a transfer like this to work? Well, for us, I think you're going to need Newcastle to not finish in a Champions League position, and that maybe would make Newcastle have to look at the PSR situation and maybe need to move on a big player. And of course then you'd have Isak feeling like he deserves to be playing in the Champions League, which, you know, this season his talents have been there for all to see. So I'd love him to be a Liverpool player. Cunha is another name that's been mentioned quite a bit. We know his release clause is £62.5 million. So yeah, Alexander Isak confirmed here by Football Insider anyway as somebody who Arne Slot has on his list for the summer. Now, I promised you a little giggle at Arsenal, and one of their fans on Twitter has posted up to say, it's a Sky Sports image of the Premier League without VAR errors. And he said, I prefer not to speak because this graphic said that Arsenal would have gained an extra 7 points without Premier League VAR errors, which would put them 1 point above Liverpool. And if that makes Arsenal fans feel a little bit better, you have it. You can have the "we won the league if VAR hadn't screwed us" trophy. Because I promise you, I feel like there's many reasons why Liverpool have been screwed. United fans will feel the same, although they're all the way down to 15, so not really a fair comparison. But there you go. Confirmed that they're 7 points worse off according to this graphic. Let me know your thoughts on that one. So look, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much it for the late night roundup. We've just finished the late night agenda stream, so I thought I'd jump on and summarise it all for you really quickly. Tomorrow, not really sure exactly what's happening on the channel. There will be a news video out in the early evening time. Probably do a live stream tomorrow night, but there's lots of stuff happening, so I want to see how everybody's feeling. And of course the Champions League games are on as well. But a quick reminder for you that the watch along for the Villa game will be 6:15 will be starting. It's a 7:30 kickoff on Wednesday and not an 8 o'clock one, so don't be caught out by that. We will see you from 6:15 p.m. for a watch along, our match reaction, our player ratings video and everything else you would expect on a match day. And as you can see, we are closing towards that 300,000 subscriber mark. Fingers crossed we get there by Wednesday. Thank you for your support as always. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and we'll catch up soon. Take care. Bye bye.